So this, just a second. Okay. So my project was an AI-powered code efficiency assistant, and me and my team identified the problem on how coding nowadays is a very big part of our daily lives, and almost everything around us uses code. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how to code, or like one of the biggest problems in coding is running into errors. And oftentimes it takes like hours to identify the errors if it's a long piece of code, and it's also really hard to sometimes fix that. So we decided that there's a need for a tool that quickly and intelligently evaluates code while providing clear and actionable improvements. So our solution is an AI-powered code efficiency assistant in which we use the Gemini API to do these things. So number one, we analyze the code performance and provide the time and space complexity. Number two, we highlight inefficiencies and suggest optimizations. It'll also enhance your readability. So like the comments and variable names, it'll make them more clear to understand for users outside of your project. It'll also explain your logic and break down the purpose of each function. Plus, we also handle multi-languages such as Python and C++ and JavaScript. It'll also add debugging statements to help developers troubleshoot their code, check code standards such as linting and guideline errors, and detect which algorithms are being used, such as bubble sort. And we use the Streamlit interface to make a clean app and deploy the app to the outside world. So we believe our project is very impactful since it boosts developer productivity, as very complex code can be easily analyzed. It'll also improve the code quality and accelerate learning for younger developers. It's also flexible with many languages so that many developers can use this device, and it'll simplify debugging, so it'll add helpful debugging statements automatically. In the future, we aim to provide real-time code suggestions, such as integrating it with maybe code editors such as VS Code, so that it'll give live feedback instead of you having to upload or copy-paste your code into the app itself. We could also add more collaboration features so that a team can collaborate together. Plus, we can customize and style the linting and coding standards a little more. We can also add an enhanced Streamlit UI to make it look more user-friendly, and we can integrate it in cloud and deploy it as for more wider access. So in general, our tech stack was the Gemini API, which was basically the whole core of the project, as it did all the code analysis, efficiency detection, explanations, and the multi-language support. We used Python to connect the Gemini API and handle all the coding within VS Code. We used Streamlit for the user interface and for uploading, analyzing, and reviewing code, as well as deploying the code. And then we used version control such as GitHub for collaboration and version tracking. And that concludes the presentation. And
yeah, could you show us a quick demonstration?
just a second. Okay, so here is our actual device. And let me just grab some code really quickly so I can demonstrate. So as you can see, we have multiple programming languages such as Python, JavaScript, Java, and C++. You can either choose to upload a Python or JavaScript file, or you can paste the code below. So here I have an example of some code, and I can click Analyze, and then as you can see, it's loading. And right here is the whole analysis. So you can see it provides the time and space complexity, and it explains to you what O1 and ON squared even means. It also highlights the inefficiency part. So it says the inefficiency part is mainly the time complexity because it can be really slow for larger data sets. And then it says the most significant improvement would be replacing the algorithm with merge sort. So using these improvements, it rewrites the code, which you can then copy paste into your database. It'll also add a debugging statement and tells you which algorithm you use. So in this case, it was bubble sort. Linting and style issues. It also shows some of the you can add more descriptive variable names, such as instead of doing R, you can change it to data. And lastly, additional features would be just error handling, progress bar, choice of sorting algorithm, and visualization. So this is the whole result.
Yeah, I think the project is really awesome and the problem selection was really smart. So how did you come up with this problem? How did you find this problem?
So actually, I have been coding since sixth grade. In my first language I ever learned was JavaScript, and then I moved on to Python more in like eighth grade. And like it's a problem that me and my teammates really found impactful because we all code, and like the issue is that a lot of times I found myself really stuck. And then especially like I guess it got really better when like AI came out, like ChatGPT and Gemini, because that way we were able to copy paste our code. But then you'd have to like train Gemini and tell it multiple times that I want you to do this, I want you to do that. So we thought more specific kind of AI that will only focus on code efficiency would be a lot better and a lot more impactful.
Awesome. So are you planning to use this for yourself also?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
So what
found
are
it
your
really
future plans with this?
huh?
What are your future plans with this? Where do you want to
Yeah.
take this project?
So, I definitely want to use it myself. I'm thinking of also maybe sharing it on LinkedIn so other people can use it as well since I've deployed it. And in terms of like future plans, I'm thinking maybe I could try adding a little more features, like I said earlier in my presentation, like the collaboration features, so that if me and my friends are ever working on a coding project together in school or whatnot, so we can do that. And also, I want to try bringing it to my school as well. So maybe I took computer science for my next year's elective, so I'm thinking of discussing this app with my teacher and like seeing if maybe she can like promote it a little more within the classroom.
Awesome. That's a really